that God has dealt with me in different ways in 2023. I would even say that God started dealing with me since 2021. And I use the word God dealt with me simply because the moment God begin to decide to uplift you, He has to put you through fire. He has to put you through hard times. He has to put you through the times that you don't consider to be favorable times. And in those times, most people would say God has turned his back on them, or they begin to ask such stupid questions. I think that God is actually dealing with me in an aspect that is trying to teach me something. And the thing that I understand about most Christians, which tomorrow is Christmas, it is easier for most Christians to say, God, use me as your vessel. But do you know what he wants to do with that vessel? Most people are not aware. I have always asked God, I say, God, use me as your tool. Use me as a tool. I am ready to be your tool. The question is, are you so confident that the tool or the message God wants to use you to pass across to the world, if you are faithful and you follow his rules and his regulation and you listen to his voices and you follow his directions, do you think that you are willing to go through the pains, through the hardship? Because God will not just put you on top of glory and you just start shining. You have to make your way. He has to trust you. See, most people trust in God, but what they don't know is that God is looking for someone he is going to trust. You see, look, reading the Bible, when we talk about the life of David, we talk about the life of Samuel, we always assume that these people are vessels of God. But God did not really trust most of these people. There is a person in the Bible that God trusted, even better than father of Abraham, which is the father of faith, because that one just believed whatever he said, the Spirit led him. That's how it goes. The man that God actually trusts is called Job. And this is what God actually wants. He wants people that he will trust. Job was one person that God actually blessed, put him in a spot of glory, put him in a spot of blessing, put him in a situation where he can have whatever he wants. And then, according to the scripture, that the devil went to heaven and said, this person, oh, I want you to do this, or do blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, God gave the devil the permission and he said, this particular guy, I trust him. The word trust is very big. And so the devil went and tempted him. And this guy still scaled out of it. But the truth is this. Do you think that when you say you want to be a vessel of God, do you think if God asks for your child, your children, I want you to sacrifice them? You remember they tried it with Abraham. That was play. It was a joke. But when he did it with Job, it wasn't a joke. It was reality. It was serious. And he took all his horses, took all his children, their life. He took everything away from them. So, as a Christian, when you go to church, you need to be specific in what you are asking God. And sometimes there was a discussion I had with an elderly person, and the person looked at me and he said, this guy, you have an insight, you have a vision, and I think you have a perspective, and God speaks through you. I said, you are right. God speaks through me. And he said, do you think that how can I have the intuitions and the wisdom that you have in how you see life? I said, first of all, I disguise my wisdom in stupidity. I make people feel I'm stupid so that people would underestimate. I said, the moment my opponent or enemy begin to underestimate me, I know I've already win that person. I play so dumb and stupid that that person thinks that I am fool. And then I proceeded and I said, to make yourself available, I want you to know something. That if you want to have the wisdom of God, you have to go through the pain, because God has to teach you certain lessons. The question is, don't you think you are living a joyful life already? A happy life already? Than you requesting that you want God to show you so you have the intuition. It is the glory people see, and people want to celebrate you, and people want to get to have the same talent and gifts that you have. But they don't know the causes, the cost that comes around it, the pains and the struggle that design certain people to be the way they are. So in a nutshell, what is my point of message, or what is the message that I'm trying to pass across? The message I'm trying to pass across as an individual is to tell you as a person that Be aware of your prayers to God, of your request to God. I always tell people, and in one of my philosophy that I said, my interest in life is not to do what is right. My interest in life is that I want to be aware of all the steps I take. Every steps I take, I want to be conscious. I don't want to do anything being ignorant or being delusional about certain things. And I'm not so much interested in being right, because some people are thinking that there's a right way to live life. I do not believe there's a right way to live life. I think there's a conscious way of living life. And if you are conscious and you are aware, you will make the decision that is good for that time and that can be good in the future. But you may do what is right at this moment, and what seems right now, that looks very right, could be wrong in the future. And this is a dilemma most people have not been able to comprehend. They think that doing the thing the right way means that what you do because it is right, then it's going to serve you short term and long term. You can do what is right for the situation. And this is the reason why you will see some people as boys, they will say, I want to go into Yahoo, I want to be doing Yahoo. And maybe because they have a better teacher, a better coach that will lead them at that time. A lady who says she wants to go into prostitution, maybe that is the way she can save her family or whatever situation she's going through, because some of them are probably educated. And because you are educated, it doesn't mean that you will get a job to save your family from poverty. It doesn't mean that your mother dying on a sick bed, you are going to be able to help her, and a company will come and give you the job you actually desire, that will help, that will heal your mother. It could be that the right thing that is available, the only thing that is available at that particular time, which is the escape route to save the life of your mother, is for you to go into prostitution. Some people will say, are there not many options? Sometimes people are out of options. And then you pick what is wrong. When you pick what is wrong, but it seems as if it is right. Because when the devil tempted Eve in the Bible, the temptation of Eve from the serpent makes the mathematics look as if what the devil is saying is true. In fact, the devil was correct when he told Eve, he said, if you eat this apple, you will see things like God. Was he not right? He was right with what he's saying. Your eyes will be open and you would see things beyond what you can see. The devil was right by what he said, but because he is right, the Eve herself was not conscious of her actions. But when you are conscious of your actions, it is not about something that seems right. It is not what everybody say it is right. It is that you are aware of yourself, and you are aware of the time you live in, and you are aware of the laws, you are aware of everything around you, and you do things consciously. Everyone who does something consciously, you can be conscious and you do something and people think, this guy is an idiot, this guy don't have sense, this guy is a stupid person, this lady is not moving the right way. But because of you are conscious of the things you do, when everybody are eating chicken, packing chicken in their mouth, all those unorganic food, they are packing it in their mouth. You know that the conscious thing for you to do is to rear your own chicken, because you are conscious of things. It is not right because you are hungry, you have to eat. Consciousness is something is around me, probably in my stomach, that it needs to digest. I have to leave it. So it is right for me to eat, but I have to be conscious of my body. I have to be conscious of my system. So in other words, to summarize all this preaching for today is that be careful of how you tell people God that you want to be his vessel, but rather, do you want to be conscious or do you want to be right? Do you want to be the vessel and are you ready to do the mission of God? Then the next thing is that whatever choice you make out of it, are you conscious of the consequences? Do you know the consequences? Because you cannot take a mission in life for positivity and you are not going to see a consequence, a backlash also. And the backlash, be prepared for it. In 2024, be conscious in the things you do. Stop choosing, I want to be right all the time. Most times I say things and I know that the things I say may sound right to me, but it also sound wrong to other people. And it is not about that. It is that I'm conscious of the time I'm in, what I'm doing. When I do what is wrong, I know what I did is wrong. When I do what is right, I know what I do is right. And I am not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to be always right. I am trying to be that I am aware of everything that is going on around me. The more I'm aware of what is going on around me, I think more importantly, I'm in control of those situations. So it might mean some things to some people, and it might not mean anything to you. If it doesn't mean anything to you, sorry, I've wasted your time. If it means something to you, now reflect on your life and make a decision for 2024 and for the continuation of your life. Have a blessed day. See you in my next video. Adios, amigos.